this is not bad, but you know, like with every music, we should know what it's about, because there should be some meaning besides the music itself. Because sometimes the inner thoughts in the music material, they're sufficient and they're understandable by everyone. But sometimes we need a little bit more. Not just the melodic lines, not just the characters, but a little bit more. So tell me a little bit, how you imagine, what could be this music about? Yeah, why not thinking of it? I know that it's not easy, because it's not mazurka, or it's not a dance, yeah, it's not a song, it's instrumental music, it's sonata. But look, okay, not about the meaning. This is a movement from a sonata. We know that the first movement is normally the allegro in sonata form. The last movement, the third or the fourth, yeah, it could be a rondo or rondo sonata, and there are middle movements. One of them, normally that's a slow movement, yeah, and sometimes there is another movement that is a sort of a scherzo. So in this particular sonata, yeah, what is the role of this movement? What do you think? So actually this is a middle movement, yeah, because there is a finale. Yes, there is finale, and there is the first movement. The first movement is the definite sonata allegro. So finale, it's also in the rondo form. So this is only one middle movement. Yeah. So what is its function? Is it a slow movement or is it a scherzo? What do you think?
Not the slow.
Not the slow movement, of course, because it's allegretto.
Yeah.
Though allegretto, it's the maybe tempo even of a slow movement, but not in this case. I totally agree with you. That's not a slow movement. But does it really sound like a scherzo?
No.
Not much. Not much. I agree with you. I suppose that the reason is it's a sort of a merging, yeah, between slow movement and scherzo. For a slow movement, it's a little bit in a fast tempo, yeah. For scherzo, it's a little bit elegiac, a little bit subdued. So, and I suppose that that's the key for performance of this movement. Not really slow, but not really a scherzo, yeah. But something in between, and you moving this thing more of scherzo or more of slow movement. So this is the key thing. Well, try now playing again, thinking of it, so, and trying to find the balance of an singing lines and of maybe some elegy that definitely there is in this music, and still there is some punching things and there is some energetic also things. So try to find the balance. Try again. One line. It's not really long, but you're playing it very long, because I cannot follow you just in the same tempo. Try playing in the same tempo, but as a one unit. One unit of sense. Try it again. Another 8 bars. This is another one unit of sense, but it's quite different, because the first sentence, it gradually goes up up to one climatic point that is near the end. As concerns the second phrase, it's as if it's just stands on the same spot, but still it moves. Yeah, but here we have almost 2 octaves at the diapason, and here just 1/4 notes. Yeah, so but still try playing it with inner tension and inner movement, especially because there is canon. Sforzati! And what is the purpose of this sforzati? To show to the listener, to bring his attention that there is the same melody in the middle voice. This is the reason of this sforzato, okay? No, but there is sforzata, Sean. There is no sforzata. No, there is no sforzata. I know that it's a sforzata in forte and there is sforzata in piano. There are different sforzati. Yes, I know that here we have sforzati in piano, but still, it's little. This is the punching, because that's Beethoven. Beethoven is about, I would say, about broad humor. Yeah, it's very folk humor, but still there is something in Beethoven that's that makes everything that he does, even the simplest thing, that makes them a little bit more philosophical. Okay? Anemic. As if you're jumping. And this is if someone just banging you here on the arms. Play. Yeah. No, there is a sforzata in the end as well. I used to say that, in my class, I used to say that you cannot measure forte in grams. So this is a metaphor, of course, meaning that we cannot say, this is forte, this is not forte, this is Mozart, this is not Mozart. That's very stupid, of course. So, but there is such a thing as a relative dynamics. So if you have in the same composition or in the same part of the composition, the same phrase, forte and mezza piano and sforzissima and 2 pianos. So this is the relative dynamics that we can understand, that the forte after piano, it's more intense dynamics. Look, the beginning of the phrase is piano and the last chord or the middle chord is on 2 forte. So there is piano, mezza forte, forte and 2 forte. So the difference is really huge. So, and also in my class I used to say that, especially the freshmen, I ask when they're just maybe first or 2 times in my class, and normally they are 19 or 12, I ask them in a very scary manner, but joking of course, so, what is the most important question of contemporaneity of today? What for? This is the main question. What for? Because we're talking about articulation, dynamics, about slurs and dots. Okay, that's really important. But you should not forget that this is just instruments for producing images and for telling the stories. Therefore, it's not enough to perform what is written in the score. So you shouldn't forget about what for. Okay, so I'm playing sforzata. Yes, you did play it. But what for? Because it's written in the score. No, I would say in this case, dismissed. Well, kidding, of course. No, it could not be the reason to play sforzata because it's written in the score. The reason is that I want this. I feel I need this sforzata. Yeah, by coincidence, this is the same that's written in the score. But still, this is your intention to play this sforzata, to play this subito piano, subito fortissimo. Yeah, but still, everything that is written in the score should be understood by the listener. Not only in the precise dynamics and the articulation, but what stands behind them. Yeah, I mean the meaning. That's the reason of my question. What for? But even in your performance, I could not. You didn't give me a chance to ask what for because you didn't play this fortissimo. Yeah. So can I start from here? I would say that there are this rinforzandi in these two bars. They have, I would say, local effect. So they just this rinforzanda just for this one intonation, but still I wouldn't make a big diminuendo at the end of the phrase because the next phrase is piano, and I think it's sort of a semi-subito. Yeah. So could you make it from here? No crescendo, and there is too fortissimo after the piano. This is a real, something really happens. There is some big spasm, yeah. Oh, my darling, this is sort of a mezzo piano, mezzo forte after piano. It's fortissimo. You're jumping, you know, above 2 or 3 nuances. So it's really very powerful, dramatic thing happened here. Well, game. Don't be afraid.